Hey there, how are you doing? I want to share something with you as ever, and it's something it's really struck a chord with me this morning during my morning meditation. Just done it actually. I feel really good, by the way. If you feel stressed in the morning, definitely something you might want to plug in there. But what was the pertinent decision or the pertinent feeling I had from reflecting on my last couple of days is that what we have is in our communities, in our localities, the people around us, we have common knowledge and common action. And this is what you'll often hear for those of you who are starting out a journey of change of some description, that sleeping an extra couple of hours a night, eating good food, eating green vegetables, it's common knowledge. Most of the things in fitness are common knowledge. They're common knowledge, and what we always say to ourselves, I need to know more about this thing before I can take any action. Well, actually, common knowledge and common action are totally different areas, because most of us know what to eat. Common sense that green vegetables, some decent meat, fish, and whatever, is going to make us leaner than the burger. The burger and the chips and the fatty food. But what happens is we have this thing called the path of least resistance. It's the easiest way that we can access these things. It's almost habitual, like the Friday night takeaway. We feel that we have to have it. It's almost ingrained in us. When we want to make change, it's very, very difficult to overcome that path of least resistance. I'm actually going through something like that at the moment, where things are easy, so it's easy to do them, so I'll naturally gravitate towards those actions. But what I'm talking about now is, what is the path that you've got in front of you with the most resistance? What's those awkward conversations that you're avoiding having? What are those decisions that you keep saying to yourself, do you know what, I really need to start that, I really need to do that, I need to sort that, but you keep putting off and going back on that path of least resistance. This is ultimately what you are choosing when you're looking for an easy life. And I had a conversation with my dad the other night. He goes, "Oh Ben, I just want an easy life." But at the same time, there's a difference between catabolic discomfort and anabolic discomfort. And what that means is that there's discomfort in putting up with stuff, putting up with shit you don't want to have in your life, like fat, like a partner who has a go at you every time you do something that you really enjoy, like a work colleague who repetitively gives you shit, or even a child that you need to have a good old sit down with, or even a friend and say, look, this is what you're doing. Or there's anabolic discomfort. There's actually finding an easy life, because sometimes you're willing to go through the short-term path of resistance in order to sort this shit out. Because here's what often happens is we'll put up with stuff, we'll tolerate to the point where we become so well versed in tolerating things that we almost become it's learned helplessness. We don't actually, unable to take action on this stuff. So what's after watching me and my mad rant, what's this mean to you? Well, I want you to just think to yourself, what is the one thing that you keep telling yourself at the moment that you want to sort out? Is it your weight? Is it your fitness? Is it your partner? Is it something like a discussion in work? Is it your job? And are you on the path of least resistance? Are you just letting things happen? Because it's easier than making that harder decision to make that change. And so what happens is that when we're on this path of least resistance, everything's easy, it's habitual, you can almost rock up at work, not think, go home. But is that satisfying that desire for that life that you really want, that feeling you really want, that relationship you really want? We can all get stuck in this rut, and the rut is normally where people will say, that's one of the word signals that we look for as coaches, when you're saying, I'm currently just doing everything that's easy. You're doing everything that's easy, but you're finding the outcome is difficult. Well, actually, it's switching that round and saying, well, actually, the path I am on is difficult, but the outcome I find is what I really, really want. So today's little thought for you, if you're listening to this video and you want to start taking some action on making that, common knowledge, common action, is how can you remove the amount of effort needed to make those decisions? And one of the processes we have at FAST is the clear approach. We have a really nice, neat little system that helps people remove the resistance they have to take an action. A simple cleanup, a simple action of clearing yourself up, whether it's financial, emotional, whether it's physical, environmental. One of those little actions is just going to help transform that ability to take action. Have a little think. If you need any help or guidance with this, all you simply need to do is click on the comment button or even the inbox button and ask me a couple of questions, because believe it or not, we are specialists at FAST for making common knowledge into more common action for our clients. That's what we really, really do. So hopefully you find this beneficial in some way, and I hope you have a great Friday, and cheers for watching the video.